Oh, it's the worst. It's literally your high school bully in your head telling you how terrible you are and how lazy you are. Letting that voice win is what will kill you. Even when things are going well, it's sometimes hard to accept like self-reward, or like that you're deserving of like a break or good things in general. Sometimes we beat ourselves up about everyday things, and it's hard to like accept personal like wins and treats and victories. I feel like there's a lot of pressure to be constantly on the grind, and when you're surrounded by things like Instagram, where you're seeing like the glamorous side of things, which most of the time isn't even real. There's like a lot of external pressure and stimuli to be like bigger than you are, and mediocrity is like not an option. At first, it's like I need rest because I'm over whatever I'm doing or I'm tired. But once that wears off, there's like a guilt. Like, how long can I take this rest? Or like, how long is an acceptable amount of rest? And then once you like get comfortable and relax, like, when do I need to go back to work? Or how much rest do I deserve, you know? So that internal struggle is difficult to accept because I feel like I need to be always constantly working towards something. And sometimes I forget it's okay to accept a little like time off for myself or to decompress and reset. But, you know, with everything around and people thriving and everybody being successful, I see that and I want that and I'm hungry for it, but I forget that I'm only human and I can't always burn the candle at both ends, and I need to, you know, make some time for myself and chill out eventually. Sometimes I forget that voice is me. It's not that I'm like disappointed in myself that I have that, because in a way it keeps me like kind of in check, that I know I do need to eventually work on things, but I have to remember that even when it's hard, to accept that I deserve some rest and some time off, and giving myself the grace to accept that rest is hard sometimes, you know? And there's also the whole idea, like, if you're not grinding, somebody out there is grinding harder than you are, or somebody's always out there working harder than you are. So there's like the little bit of motivation, but sometimes my internal motivation is like a little overbearing. Like, I'm tired. Like, I've worked a lot this week. And then that voice is like, maybe you have, maybe you haven't, maybe you could have done all these other things. And that's when the guilt comes in. So it's like this vicious cycle of like, I'm working hard, I'm tired, I forgot that I'm tired. Now I feel guilty for spending 6 hours on a video game or, you know, whatever it is, that I could have been doing this, or I should have made this call or sent this email. It's like imposter syndrome. I think a lot of us have that sometimes. That's really tough. Actually, I think that's a big root of why I feel guilty when I rest, because even though good things are happening, there's still like a part of me that says that's not enough, or what you've done isn't good enough to your own internal standard. Even though a lot of people are gassing you up and giving you praise, but there's still like the devil on your shoulder being like, you can do better. You should do better. Get up. It's okay to be your own worst critic, because you'll keep yourself in check. But even if it's hard for you to accept, like, you are deserving of some time off, and you are deserving, like, small victories are everything. Baby steps are totally okay. You're on your own pace. There's no rush to the finish line. Just getting there in the journey is like part of your growth. And that's probably the biggest thing that you should take away from any type of like thought that brings you down the darker side of that journey. Like, the baby steps are just as important as the big victories too.